Midwives Uncut, episode 2. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. Welcome. Well, we are doing our next vlog.
Yep, our second vlog. We missed last week because I was on vacation.
Yeah, so well, first, how was your vacation?
It was pretty good. It was much needed. I feel like everyone in the birth worker world needs to have a break for self-care. Very,
Amen.
very important.
Amen.
It's hard for us to care for everyone else if we don't care for ourselves.
And you unplugged.
I did.
Yeah, so freaking nice, and not have to worry about your phone ringing. And not that we don't love all your calls.
It was nice.
But not all the time.
Yeah.
Not gonna, it's like I love my kids, but I really don't like it when they come in when I'm trying to take a shower.
Yeah.
Or
poop.
Yeah. I'm so used to that. You see my post the other day about the pooping and people walking in when they were little. I thought, oh, there's no such thing as privacy, and now they're 17, 16, 13, and 7, and they still walk into the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. It's like the perfect time to have a conversation with mom.
I guess because I can't go anywhere. I can't escape it. They know they have my undivided attention.
Exactly.
So we were so happy to see all your responses and all the new people who subscribed. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
we are
thanks
very
for the
thankful.
feedback.
Yes, and we are listening, and we are actually going to talk about what you asked. So one of the things was how Sandy and I met.
And it's funny because I remember we know each other from school, but I didn't remember exactly how we met, and Galena did. So
Yes. Okay, so Sandy says, I don't remember how we met. I said, I remember you walked into a classroom. She walks in, right? And I think you had brown pants on. And why I remember this, I'll never know. And then she sits like over to the right in front, and poor thing, like she was like the last one left of her class.
Yeah.
So she kept having to come into our class, and I was a class after her. So
my class had 14, and everyone dropped out but me. So then they mixed me in with all the other classes.
She was the last one standing. It's a good school because it weeded out the people who couldn't hang.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important. But anyway, and then she talked a lot. And I loved it. I was like, all right, I got to be friends with this girl because she's right up my alley. And the teacher hated it. She kept telling her, like, would she tell you, like, shut up a few times?
Oh, God. I would get in trouble all the time for talking. And I think at one point she threatened to separate us. Because I was talking so much.
Yeah, it was interesting. And we never had the same overnight.
No, I think we worked that burst together, but usually I was like, you were coming on when I was going off, or,
Which typically what bonds you in that particular school was your overnights.
Oh, yeah.
Because, oh man, you went through war together.
Yeah.
But Sandy and I, we just really hit it off. Maybe by keeping our distance a little bit at first and then thrown right in. And then afterwards, so you graduated. Did you graduate with Mike?
No.
How did you end up graduating? Like, what was your graduation?
Was Kelly the same year as you?
Kelly she was the same. She was a year before you.
No, she was after me.
No, because I was after you.
So she was in your same class.
Oh, shoot. Kelly, yeah. I'm sorry.
So
I think you were. Maybe
I did end up graduating with you guys.
Yeah, right? I have the graduation pictures.
I
have
do
to look
too.
back.
I have to.
Was Jamara? Jamara was there.
No.
Okay, then you weren't in mine.
I was in a different graduation class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But I don't even think you had a graduation. I'm not going to lie. I don't think you did.
Well, we went through a lot together. I ended up getting pregnant my senior year.
Yeah.
And so I was one of the only students pregnant at the time. And I still had to work and do everything as everyone else did. And then when it came down to labor...
When we get good at this, we're going to flash in a picture of Sandy pregnant. Like, what was that, like a day before your due date or something?
2 days before I had Desi, my second one,
Her belly was massive.
Yeah.
In the most loving way.
I think I can pull it up and post it.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
But like those people who are fancy and they can cut it in.
Here it is.
Yeah, we're tired.
I'll post it on the Instagram, and then you guys can see how massive my belly was because I had a massive child in there.
Oh, he was, 9'2".
He was 9 pounds, 2 ounces. 2 days before him, I was at the birth center at the school that we were studying, and I did a birth. And I remember having like some pretty intense contractions at that labor, and it just so happened to be a friend of mine that I delivered her first one as well, and she was determined for me to be at her birth, but
she just made it.
Yeah, literally just made it. So 2 days later, I finally, after having a good week of prodromal labor, went into labor, and the midwife asked me who I wanted at my birth, and I said I want Galena.
I was so excited. I was like pumped to be there. Not only did she get me out of a test, which I was so grateful for, but I really was like, you know, I really liked Sandy, and I thought it was such an honor to be asked to go to somebody's birth, and I knew how picky she was too, so I was like, oh yes. So, and it was a beautiful birth. That was the first time I met your husband, who I'll never forget. Is kind of scary when you first see him. He's very tall and he just looks mean, and then he smiled, and this is my impression, and it's just like a little soft bear when he smiles.
That's exactly, yeah. Like
and it reminds me of my husband, because when my husband kind of looks a little rough, but then when he smiles, it like takes all of that away.
It's all gone.
So I was like, oh, okay, he won't attack. Good. Safe to come in. It was a beautiful birth. So,
and I think after that, we really bonded more.
Yeah.
After my birth.
I think so. You really kicked ass at your birth. It was beautiful. And I remember when the lead midwife weighed the baby, and Sandy, you said something like, yeah, or something like that.
I was like, no way.
Yeah. Like
I almost
props.
didn't believe her. I wanted her to do it again, because I was like so shocked that
he was a chunk master.
Yeah.
So yeah, that, and then you got your water birth.
Yes, I did.
Did you end up bringing the tub home?
No. Because,
okay.
Because the tub they gave me was really nasty and old, and because I was a student midwife, they wanted me to set it up. And I was like, I'm not doing that. 9 months pregnant.
We set it up for you.
Exactly. Now we do it for our clients.
Yeah. No way. 9 months pregnant? You crazy?
No, yeah.
So that was how Sandy and I met, and then we kind of split ways a little, but we kept in contact.
Yeah, we did.
And then I started the home birth practice, and Sandy was like hot and heavy into the lactation.
I was working for the Miami-Dade County Health Department WIC program,
but still doing assistant.
I was all over the place. I was assisting midwives in different birth centers and home births. If Galena needed me, I would assist her. But I was, becoming an IBCLC, and I was working for WIC, and doing a lot of the things that come along with that.
Yeah.
So.
And then one day I was like, I'm going to need you all the time.
Yes.
So let's just cut that over. Let's end everything else and move on over this way.
Yeah.
And then it worked out, and we've been very blessed ever since,
So it's been 7 years?
No, it's been longer than that. It's been almost 9 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost 9 years.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. It really, 9 years. That's a lot of time, and it feels like nothing.
Yeah.
Isn't that scary?
Well, yeah.
I
mean, we've been in the field now for 12 and 13 years, but really working together.
9 years?
About 9 years.
Yeah. So, we're getting old. Andy over here is freaking aging faster than me.
Apparently so.
And then another thing you guys wanted to know was, what do we do in an emergency? We're trying to keep our videos 15 minutes so you don't get bored. So what do we do in an emergency, right? Well, I, suck my thumb and scream and run around the room. And what do you do, Sandy?
I curse a lot. No. Oh, shit. No, we are trained for emergencies. And, part of our schooling and our training was to see emergencies before they present themselves and to know how to look out for these signs. And so we are really diligent with monitoring these things.
We don't want an emergency.
Absolutely not.
Right? Because we're not in a hospital.
Nope.
So even better that we don't have an emergency.
Exactly. And so I don't know if many know, but as a licensed midwife, you have to renew your license every 2 years.
2 years.
Along with that, you have to renew all of your certifications, like neonatal resuscitation, CPR. You have to do a certain amount of workshops and continuing educations on different things that have come to the community.
They want to make sure you're fresh and up to date on what is going on with changes in medical care, which happen. We're always learning in the modern medicine, and we try to incorporate that. And we also we want to learn more about what worked back in the days, too, so we can combine.
Exactly.
And make the two work well for our clients.
Yeah. But as far as emergencies are concerned, we also carry a lot of emergency equipment that we need. Whether you're at the birthing center, whether you're doing a home birth, we have to carry oxygen. We carry IV supplies. We carry Pitocin for a postpartum hemorrhage. We carry antibiotics. We have all of...
Sutures.
Yes, sutures.
I love the sutures.
I had a mom recently that told me, am I going to have to do that without drugs? Absolutely not.
No,
we will numb you. Come on, we are not
just
barbaric.
pop the baby out of your vagina with no drugs. We're going to give you a little something to numb that area.
Absolutely. So yeah, we are able to do all of these things because of the equipment and the training.
Yeah.
So
I also think it's like important to understand, like, it's not just like we... Oh my God. I just farted the thought right out of my head. It's like I put my cup down and I put my thought down as well. I don't remember where I was going, but I think it's important to understand that the training that goes along with it. So the international school that we went to, it was just that. It was training people who didn't have, like, we're really lucky. Our birth center is 5 minutes from one hospital and 7 minutes from another hospital. Mm-hmm. So our, main goal is to stabilize everybody, and then we can decide at that point, do we need to transfer you still, or are you stable and can continue to stay here with us monitoring?
Right.
But what we were trained in was, you don't have a hospital for 4 to 5 hours. What are you going to do?
Right.
So, and it's not a typical midwifery training, and I think that's why I picked the school, and I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure that's why Sandy did too.
Yes.
We got a whole other type of training. Like, we know how to deliver breech, twins, because it was not just for nice Florida where we're so cushioned with what we can do here, but you had to, what if we want to go to another country and practice?
Right, and we did have a lot of a lot of students that were coming. I know we had some from Jamaica. There was I specifically remember this midwife that went to our school that was practicing in Afghanistan, and she was going to be working in one of the hospitals that was really in the center of everything happening with the war. And so she didn't have a lot of supplies, but she needed to be trained in everything.
Yeah.
And so even though in the state of Florida we're not allowed to do breeches and we're not allowed to do twin births either, but we were trained and we are knowledgeable about it in the event that it does happen. I think a twin would happen, but
Yeah, I mean, that's a real...
That's a big...
Heck,
whoops, yeah.
But there was this article I just posted on our Facebook page, and something in the article, it was written by an OB. And it was very interesting because she was saying how home births are a really good option for low-risk women. And what she was saying was that midwives, like us, not nurse midwives, because their training is more with nursing, and then they have like their master's in midwifery. But our training, direct entry midwives, is geared towards we are trained in out of hospital
how to
delivery.
deal with those situations.
Right. So we can work with conditions that are different, and we are very creative with how we can solve problems, because we don't have resources all the time that are just so easy to come by. I mean, we obviously have to carry what we carry for emergencies.
Absolutely.
But sometimes it's just a matter of getting creative and thinking outside of the box.
Exactly. Like, like figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because we need to figure it out. And what you were saying, low risk. So that's another thing that also helps us, is the fact that all of our clients have to be low risk pregnancies. So, our main goal and focus during the course of the pregnancy is making sure that mom feels well educated, she feels empowered and knowledgeable of how to keep herself low risk and stay healthy. We're huge on nutrition, lifestyle. What vitamins are you taking? What exercises are you doing? Childbirth classes are included in your care.
A healthy pregnancy typically ensures a healthy outcome.
Exactly.
So that's why you get so much education in the prenatal period from us, because we want to make sure that, later on, everything should be coming out as planned. And if not, that's when the training and the skills kick in and we do what we have to do.
Right.
Which
and then
is super fun.
Exactly. Yeah. So, we're almost at 15.
Yeah.
And I think that pretty much concludes this week's vlog.
We hope you liked it.
If you have any other questions or there's other things that you guys would like to know about us or the center or anything like that, just put it. If not,
World Breastfeeding Week. Happy
World Breastfeeding Week. All day I've been trying to post it and we've just been super busy.
We've
but
been
it is
breastfeeding
the kickoff.
our kids. My boobs are to my knees. That's proof. Sandy did, hers are higher, but whatever. We support all of our breastfeeding moms, especially with Sandy being an IBCLC. We are very pro breastfeeding. So happy World Breastfeeding Week. Subscribe if you haven't already, and then shoot us some ideas for next week. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.